Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2013 edition of Drum Corps International here in Southern California. This is Mark Latagnaga with the LA Sports Network here in Walnut, California for Corps at the Crest, sponsored by Pacific Crest Drum and Bugle Corps. Tonight it is a warm night, hot night here in Southern California, but there's going to be some even hotter performances on the field. We're going to be starting with our all-age corps, and that is SoCal Dream Drum and Bugle Corps from Huntington Beach, California. This year they're doing their 2013 edition of Q. Next, we're going to be going to DCI Open Class Corps, starting off from Buena Park, California, in their 15th year, Impulse. Impulse show this year, a Crystal celebration. 15 years, Crystal celebration, you have an idea. Next, we're going to be going to Los Angeles, California for City Sound Drum and Bugle Corps. This year's show is A Life in Times of Puerto Rico. And then going a little bit down the coast to Oceanside, California for Gold and their 2013 show, East Meets West. Take a little break, and then we're going to have the world-class corps. That's right, this is the big boys. We're going to be starting off from Sacramento, California, the Mandarins. This year's show probably has the longest title of any show, and that is Destination America, A Journey of the Paper Sun. We're then going to be going to the crowd favorite here and local favorite from Diamond Bar, California, Pacific Crest Drum and Bugle Corps with their show, Transfixed. It's an amazing show. Look forward to seeing that. Then we're going to be going to our little East Coast surprise. That's right, Carolina Crown has made the trip from the East Coast to the West Coast, and everybody is raving about this new show, E equals MC squared. Which brings us to their competition tonight and the crowd favorite even here in Southern California, and that is the Blue Devils from Concord, California, and their show for 2013, The Rewrite of Spring. It's going to be some amazing corps, some amazing shows. I look forward to interviewing some of our corps directors as well as the performers on the field. Having been a performer myself, it's always a pleasure to see these drum corps out here. But now we're going to have a little word from one of our sponsors, Drum Corps World. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, we just finished up listening to The Watchman, one of the newest members of DCI's kind of experimental program this year. I have with me, of course, the director, this is Ray Moreno. Ray, tell us a little bit more about The Watchman.
The Watchman, it's an independent group that we put together in the Riverside area, which is an area we have a lot of talent, a lot of talented kids. We have the RCC marching band there, the RCC winter drum line. So there's a ton of talent in the area, but these kids sometimes don't necessarily have a place to march. They might not have the money or the time to go up north to Blue Devils, or the time or money to do Pacific Crest or Santa Clara Vanguard in California. And so this is a place for them to come and march and do a little bit of playing in the summer to keep their chops up, to perform a little bit in front of some cool audiences like this. And so we have a lot of those kids. We have some kids who've marched corps before, some have marched various different corps, and they come and they weren't going to march, but then they heard that we're doing something, and so they pick up their horn again, their drums, and they start playing again. And we're getting a lot of those kids, and a lot of those kids who are interested in doing the Watchmen. So we're hoping to expand the programs in the next year or two, and continue our growth in terms of numbers and finances and stability. We're planning on doing a winter drum line for WGI this coming year in 2014 and getting that off the ground. So we're trying to expand a little bit and keep everything low cost as possible. Keep the traveling to a minimum and the costs down as much as we can.
Excellent. Well, I do have to say, we saw you at the preview a couple weeks ago at Hacienda Heights. Really great to hear you then. Seeing them on the field now with actual movement, both in your color guard as well as the corps itself, I am really looking forward to seeing you in the future.
Great.
You guys did an amazing job tonight, and look forward to the next coming years.
Thanks a lot.
Excellent. Thank you much. Pleasure.
Hello, and thank you for taking time to learn about our new look at Pacific Crest. We've had a lot of changes at Pacific Crest since we started 20 years ago, and I'd like to take some time to talk about some of those milestones. Back in 1993, there were 33 members on the field, and those students came to us because they were looking for a high-quality marching arts experience that didn't require them to give up their summer. In 2000, we toured outside of state for the first time, going to San Antonio, Texas. And then in 2003, we found ourselves on the world stage at GCI World Championships. Starting in 2004, because the members were telling us that they wanted to do more, we began building the infrastructure of Pacific Crest to make sure we could support that kind of tour. In 2006, we built our first mobile kitchen. 2009, we changed the look of the Corps with new uniforms. And under the leadership of one of our founders, Dale Lehman, starting in 2010, we created a design philosophy to really focus on the kind of shows that we wanted to produce for our audiences and help Pacific Crest grow as a quality drum corps. We've had a number of logos throughout the history of Pacific Crest, and while the images have changed, the Corps has not. The values of this drum corps are the same: family, respect, honoring our alumni, and excellence. So because we've made so many changes internally, we believe it was important to show the outside world a better representation, a bolder representation of Pacific Crest that really mimicked the dramatic changes and milestones that we've achieved over the past 20 years. And the new logo represents a commitment to quality, while at the same time paying tribute and honor to the alumni who helped build this drum corps.
We've just watched Pacific Crest come off the field right now, and I'm actually sitting with their core director, executive director, Stuart Prompel. And Stuart, a couple weeks ago, we actually saw you at the preview. Really good job there. Completely different ending, though, from what I've seen before.
Yes.
So again, just like anything else, it's constantly evolving.
Yes.
Tell us about some of those things, reasons why you went through those changes.
Yeah, so we design a show and we do the best we can at putting it all on paper. We get it on the field, then you have to put it in front of an audience, and then you start to see, all right, well, did we get that crowd response that we were hoping for? And sometimes you get it, and sometimes you don't. And on those spots that you don't, you have to be willing to make those changes, because you're here to do the best job you can for the audience. They're paying a lot of money, and it's great for the members to get rewarded for the performance. They love the competition, but they love the audience more.
And I will say that the audience really does drive you within those shows. You know, being on the podium for several years, and when you get the audience into it, it really just pumps you up and just gets you, as the drum major, getting your core into it. So I completely understand those little changes. You know, with this corps, having seen it from its inception in '93, correct? Yes, this is your 20th year.
Yes.
You've expanded. You're coming up, and right now, I mean, yes, it's early in the season, but you're showing pretty much Northern California that, hey, don't rest on your laurels. We have a lot to show. Tell us about that.
Well, it's different out here on the West Coast, because the first time we really get compared to everybody is in San Antonio, which is about 3 weeks away still. And so, what we're trying to do right now in terms of the competitive strategy is do everything that we can to play as great as we can early on, so that the adjudicators are paying attention and really seeing that there is a tremendous growth to the program. And then that way, when we get to San Antonio, they're already prepared, rather than wondering, well, how are they going to be? Are they going to be prepared? So I think that's really what the competitive strategy is, if we're looking at that way. The adjudicators actually, I mean, they do a great job. It's a hard job to do. They're trained. They spend a lot of time in training, and they're the biggest drum corps fans. I mean, they really want to be out there, and I think it's our responsibility to give them a great show, as well as the audience.
Yeah, it's the crowd sometimes doesn't always agree with what the educators do, but they are the ones that can hear those minute details that we, as the audience that are watching it, or especially when we're up in those stands, can't really tell.
Right.
But Stuart, again, amazing difference, change. I honestly, at the first, I was like, oh, not sure what's going to happen here with Pacific Crest. But seeing that on the field now, just, again, completely in awe of it. I look forward to seeing it through the rest of the season, especially when we get to finals.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot different. I know we're about to change a good chunk of the closer next Monday. and so we're kind of make that sell and look a lot better. So in terms of pacing and design, so that should be a good thing to look forward to at the next time we have a show, which will be in Southern California on July 13th and 14th.
Yep. And we look forward to actually seeing you there. You've been gracious host tonight.
Thank you.
A pleasure as always to talk with you guys, see you guys out there. Right now, from the East Coast, that's right, from South Carolina, Fort Mills, we actually have Carolina Crown has made the trip. We are all looking forward to this here in Southern California. It's been a long time coming. And like I said, with Carolina Crown, Blue Devils, and Pacific Crest right now, it's going to be a strong night. We'll see you in a moment. This is Mark, we're back. Carolina Crown has just stepped off the field, and having seen this corps rise over the last couple of years, I'm sitting here with the executive director, Jim Coates, correct?
Yes, that's right.
And Jim, tell us about this season.
It's been a great start for us. It's really, the kids have been really into being prepared to come out here to the West to show off what we can do, I guess you could say, and give the fans out here. We really didn't know we had so many fans out here until you get out here and you see the love being shown, and all the crowds are going wild. So it's been a great experience, and we certainly came prepared, we think, and the members worked their butt off for a good 30 days before we left to make sure that it was a good experience.
Well, again, like I said, having watched you guys over the years, just slowly, gradually coming up, almost kind of like, for those that have been watching this for so many years, Star of Indiana, starting with nowhere, and now you're right there in the mix. If you want to put this into terms, this is an Old West shootout, I'm going to tell you that, between Carolina Crown and the Blue Devils. So I look forward to seeing you through the rest of the season. Congratulations. Good luck tonight, and again, pleasure seeing you guys on the field. It's amazing and wonderful out there.
All right, thank you very much.
So right now, again, Carolina Crown just off the field. They're looking really good, looking sharp, both sound and look. Right on the field right now, Blue Devils are setting up. Let's see if they brought their A game. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Blue Devils have just left the field. Again, Blue Devils, what, 15-time?
15.
15, excuse me.
Working on 16.
I'm jumping ahead of myself, but I will say this. I'm actually sitting right now with Scott Johnson, who is the percussion director.
Correct, director of percussion for the Concord Blue Devils.
Excellent. So this show this year, Rewrite of Spring. Now, those of us that have grown up in music know the rite of spring and know the music, but you guys have really twisted it.
Well, it's, you know, it's what we do. We're known to kind of go outside the box a little bit. We try this every year. So this year with the 100th anniversary of the Rite of Spring, we figured what a great time to bring that controversy piece back, put it on the football field. Dave Glide, our music director, put together this musical package that we're still trying to make sure we don't fall apart on the field. It's our second weekend out for shows, so we're still working hard. But yeah, the audience is starting to accept it a little bit more, and the performers are loving the fact that we're really trying to push them to the limit. So it's so far it's been a really fun tour so far.
Excellent. And again, we're just starting the second week of shows here on the West Coast, and pretty much for DCI all over right now. And After seeing tonight's show, of course, we had Carolina Crown has made the trip out here, and they're making it tough this year. Having seen them come up through the ranks over the last couple of years, they're stepping right on you guys' heels. I mean, how do you guys feeling about that? You like the competition out there?
Oh, we love it. You know, I mean, it was us and them last year for first and second place. So the fact they came out to the West Coast to be with us for, I think we're like 23 shows together, which is a lot. I think we have maybe a total of 30 shows or somewhere around there. So we see them a lot this time of the year. And, you know, competition feeds competition. So we try to puff up, they try to puff up, and I think both corps are just going to keep getting better and better and better because we see each other so much. So I think it's a very healthy thing.
It really is. I mean, it is about the competition and about the fun of it. These young adults have come out there and they show their all. If you've never had that experience, it's never too late. Both when you're young, 14 I believe is right, the youngest age?
I think for us, maybe 16, 17.
True, but of course Blue Devils, they've got 3 corps. If you ever get a chance to see the Blue Devil C Corps, they are always, hands down, the favorite to always watch out there. But again, we have those all-age corps that are all over the country. Here in California, we've got San Francisco Renegades up in Northern California. We got SoCal Dream here in Southern California. It is never too late to start. Scott, it's been a pleasure
Thank you very much.
meet you, as well as see your corps out there. We wish you the best. I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot more of you.
Thanks a lot.
We're also looking forward to seeing Blue Devils B Corps, who was last year's champions in their division, the Open Division. We'll see them in a couple weeks for the last rounds of Southern California Drum Corps. So stay tuned, because again, Drum Corps season is not over. It's just beginning. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mark again with the LA Sports Network, and we are actually talking with Andrew Dunham, who is from Gold from Oceanside, California, Drum and Bugle Corps. So, Dunham, this year your show is, of course, East Meets West. Tell me a little bit about this show and your feelings when you're marching it.
My feelings when I'm marching it is perfection, technique. We do straight leg. It's very hard, but in the end it pays off. And East Meets West is about China. It's about martial arts. We work a little bit of that into the beginning of the show in the opener, and we model that. We do some Tai Chi exercises, and we march baritone, euphonium, mellophones, trumpets, all those main horns, and it sounds wonderful.
Excellent. So now, again, with junior corps here with DCI, most age corps are 16 to 22. How long do you think you're going to be doing this for? The whole, up to your age out year?
I'm 21. Up till I'm 21.
Excellent, and stuff like that. Well, again, good luck. We wish you the best for this season. We'll see you out there on the field.
Thank you.
Thank you much.
Have a good night.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, it is still a hot night here in Southern California, and talk about a hot night with these corps. I said it was going to be a shootout, and sure enough it was. Carolina Crown edging out Blue Devils 81.1 to 80.9. This is going to be a season that's going to be very reminiscent of '96 when it was Phantom and Blue Devils. However, Carolina Crown Blue Devils, they've got several shows. In fact, they're talking about upwards of another 22 shows together before we even get with the other corps. Cadets are doing really good right now. Caddies are doing good. And the surprise that's really stepping back up again is Madison Scouts. So again, the season starting out really strong. I'm really looking forward to August. But here at Corps of the Crest, Pacific Crest Drum and Bugle Corps, again, coming out with a very respectable show, very strong showing from what we saw in the preview just a couple of weeks ago. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they have to show at final time. We want to thank all of the corps that have come out tonight. Gold, Pacific Crest, Carolina Crown, Blue Devils, Mandarins, Impulse, SoCal Dream, City Sound. I don't think I've missed anybody else. Again, good luck out there, you guys. Have a wonderful season. This is Mark Latiniaga with the LA Sports Network.